Welcome. Today's gospel is from the Gospel of St. Mark. Some Sadducees who say there is no resurrection came to Jesus and put this question to him, saying, "Teacher, Moses wrote for us, if someone's brother dies, leaving a wife but no child, his brother must take the wife and raise up descendants for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers. The first married a woman and died, leaving no descendants. So the second brother married her and died, leaving no descendants. And the third likewise. And the 7 left no descendants. Last of all, the woman also died. At the resurrection, when they arise, whose wife will she be? For all 7 had been married to her." And Jesus said to them, "Are you not misled, because you do not know the Scriptures or the power of God? When they arise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but they are like the angels in heaven. As for the dead being raised, have you not read in the book of Moses, in the passage about the bush, how God told him, 'I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob'? He is not the God of the dead, but of the living. You are greatly misled." The Gospel of the Lord. Jesus, in challenging the Sadducees and Pharisees, said that they lose the mystery of God. Their problem to Jesus is one of math. There are rules and regulations. If a person dies childless, they must marry again by a brother of a husband, and so on down through all 7. And still no descendants. And then they have this difficulty in heaven. But they make the problem. They reduce everything to some sort of mathematical equation. They miss the spirit. They miss the mystery. Above all, they miss God's presence. I was reminded of an old banner from the 70s. That life's a mystery to be lived and not a problem to be solved. And yet, when you get up in the morning, I'm sure you have a list of things in your mind that you must do. What am I supposed to wear to work, for example? Or what's for dinner tonight? I have to go shopping. Or there's 7 or 8 things that are on the agenda that people expect you to do. And there's no avoiding that. But in that whole engagement of responsibilities and obligations, I rest with that. If I get it all done, and if I do it right, then I've had a good day. And I miss the presence of God. I need to make that effort to be conscious of God's presence. I need to be open to his mystery, because God is a mystery, and it's not to be solved. It's not to be mathematical. It's not one more project to deal with, like saying the rosary or going to church even. I fulfilled my obligation, but have I experienced God's mystery and God's presence? Have I let time? Do I allow myself the time, or do I consider it a luxury? I'm too busy getting dinner ready or shopping or getting dressed for work. Am I so preoccupied with what I'm going to anticipate in my daily and natural human life, which certainly need to be considered? Or do I make an effort just to be open, not to dictate? You see, the whole idea of God being present to me is that I don't know how he's going to come. I don't know when he's going to come. All I know is that God promises that he's with me, and that somewhere, somehow, today, in some way, I will experience God. I don't know about you, but often, if at the end of the day I look back and I say, I wonder where I experienced God today, and did I respond? There are days when it's clear, there was God. But there are more often days where I say, I didn't get it at all. I must have missed him. But the fact is, maybe a week from now, or 2 weeks from now, something comes up about what happened today. And I go, there was God. He is subtle. He's a God of normalcy in a way, in a most extraordinary and holy way. Mysterious, but he's there. It may be in a person I meet, it may be in something I do, and can't imagine why I did it. Never thought about it in getting ready for the day. But when the circumstance presented itself, or a person came into my life, somehow I responded. Looking back, then I start saying, oh yes. People often come up and say, you know, you said this to me 3 months ago, and I have no memory, none at all. But then at this stage of my life, I have little memory for anything. But the point is that it's God working. And I need to take that moment and be reminded, not so much to dwell on it, not so much to figure it out, but just to be grateful. Some of those moments are uplifting. Sometimes those moments are troubled moments. And when I look back, I realize I got through them. And it's all God walking with me. He promises to be present. He promises to bring me to new life. But it's the most ordinary, subtle moments that add up to that. And if I don't stop and reflect, I miss it. And so as I realize that what this gospel is about, I need to be open to surprise. I need to be open to the unusual amidst the usual. I need to be open to difficulty and stress and sacrifice. God is in all of them. He just promises to walk with me, not to make a happy ever after ending. He's not going to accomplish in one day what I use as a measure. I got dressed for work. I got the shopping done. I put the dinner on the table, although no one bothered to even eat it. And yet I did it. My day was a success because I've accomplished. And with God, it's not accomplishment. It's being open. It's being sharing mystery. It's being trusting. It's being a reflection of God in my life, in my relationship with others. So I thank God for this opportunity today to be open to his presence, to engage in the mystery of life, and to let him carry me through it. Me being open and cooperative, but not knowing the answer and not really worrying about it, but to trust that God will give me life and give me future. I hope you continue to pray for one another and that we experience safety in this time of vaccines and quarantines and all the other teens that we experience. God bless.